In the words of the great philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, he who has a why to live can bear almost anyhow. Today, we delve into the realm of resilience, of overcoming the toughest of times. We'll share the extraordinary tales of ordinary people who, when confronted with life's harshest realities, held their ground and emerged victorious. Their stories serve as reminders that the human spirit is indomitable and that no hardship is insurmountable. So brace yourself for some truly inspiring stories. Our first story is about a man named James, a regular guy who lived an ordinary life until one day, his world was turned upside down. James was hit with a major personal loss that shook his world to its core. His mother, his rock, and his confidant passed away suddenly, leaving him all alone in the world. The pain was intense, the sorrow unbearable. But this is not a story of despair, but rather a tale of resilience and transformation. You see, James could have let the loss consume him, let the grief define his existence. But he chose a different path. He decided to use the pain as a catalyst for change, as a stepping stone to a new life. James began to channel his grief into something constructive. He started a non-profit organization in his mother's name, dedicating his time and energy to helping others who were also dealing with loss. He turned his personal pain into a source of strength, using it to fuel his passion for supporting others. It was a challenging journey, with many obstacles along the way. There were days when he wanted to give up, days when the weight of his loss threatened to pull him under. But James, with a heart full of determination, kept going. He embraced the pain, used it as a driving force, and turned his life into a testament of resilience. Through this journey, James discovered a new purpose in life. He found joy in helping others and strength in his own resilience. His mother's death, once a source of unbearable pain, became the foundation of his new life, a life dedicated to service and compassion. James's story is a remarkable example of how we can turn our deepest pain into our greatest strength. It shows us that even in the face of great adversity, we have the power to redefine our lives and create something beautiful out of our pain. James proved that by finding strength in adversity, we can turn our lives around. Next, we have the inspiring story of Emily. Emily was an everyday woman, just like you or me, living a life filled with family, work, and dreams of the future. But one day, she was blindsided by a diagnosis that turned her world upside down. A serious illness, the kind that makes you question everything. But here's where Emily's story takes a turn. Instead of succumbing to the fear and despair that the diagnosis brought with it, Emily found strength within herself. She decided to fight, not just for herself but for everyone who loved her, and for everyone else battling similar struggles. Emily's journey was not easy. There were days filled with pain and uncertainty, nights clouded with fear and doubt. But through it all, Emily held on to her resilience. She held on to the belief that she could overcome her illness, that she could reclaim the life she once knew. And guess what? Emily did just that. She pushed through, with each day a testament to her courage and determination. She found strength in the struggle, hope in the face of adversity. Her spirit remained unbroken, even in the darkest moments. Emily's battle was not just a fight against her illness. It was a battle against despair, a battle for hope. And in the end, Emily emerged victorious. Her journey was a testament to the power of the human spirit and the resilience we all hold within us. Emily's story is not just about overcoming a serious illness. It's about finding strength in the face of adversity, about choosing hope over despair, about refusing to let life's challenges break us. It's about fighting, not just for survival, but for the life we dream of living. Emily's story shows us that even in the face of severe illness, our spirit can remain unbroken. So let's take a page from Emily's book. Let's choose hope over despair, resilience over surrender. Let's face life's challenges head-on and emerge stronger on the other side, because just like Emily, we too have the strength within us to overcome. Our last story is about a couple, Sam and Lisa. Sam and Lisa, a couple with dreams as big as the sky, found themselves facing a daunting obstacle early in their marriage. They were both laid off from their jobs within weeks of each other. The financial strain was immediate and immense. Bills piled high and savings dwindled. The stress began to take a toll on their relationship. But instead of letting this crisis tear them apart, they chose to face it together. They sat down and had an open and honest discussion about their finances. They acknowledged their fears and anxieties but also expressed their commitment to each other. They decided to take control of their situation rather than let it control them. They started by cutting back on unnecessary expenses and creating a tight budget. They sold items they no longer needed and took on part-time jobs to make ends meet. They also started exploring new career paths, using this setback as an opportunity to pursue their passions and interests. Sam discovered a love for woodworking and started selling his handmade furniture online. Lisa, who had always been a good cook, started a small catering business. It was hard work and the income was inconsistent, but they were doing something they loved, and that made all the difference. Slowly but surely, things started to improve. They were not only surviving, they were thriving. Their relationship had become stronger, and they had a newfound appreciation for each other and for the life they were building together. They had turned their crisis into an opportunity and found joy in the journey. Their story serves as a powerful example of resilience and determination. It reminds us that even in the face of adversity, we have the power to shape our own destiny. It's not about waiting for the storm to pass, but learning to dance in the rain. Sam and Lisa remind us that together, we can overcome even the most daunting challenges. These stories all share a common thread: resilience. Resilience, the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties, is an essential trait that fuels our ability to navigate through life's storms. It's the spark that lights the way in the darkest of times. It's the power that keeps us from giving up when everything seems to be against us. Let's look back at the stories we've discussed. Each character we've met along the way, James, Emily, Sam, and Lisa, they all faced their own set of challenges. They each had their moments of despair, times when they felt like the world was closing in on them. But did they give up? No, they showed resilience. They pushed through, they persevered, they bounced back. James, despite losing everything he had, found the strength to start anew. Emily, even when faced with a life-altering illness, chose to live her life to the fullest. Sam and Lisa, despite their relationship struggles, worked through their issues and found a way to reconnect. What's the common thread here? It's resilience. Resilience isn't about avoiding the hardships or pretending they don't exist. It's about confronting them head-on, accepting the challenge and working through it. It's about understanding that while we can't always control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. Resilience is not a trait that we are born with. It's something we develop. It's like a muscle that we can train and strengthen. And just like any muscle, the more we use it, the stronger it becomes. Remember, it's not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you get back up. It's about finding the strength within you to push through, no matter how hard it gets. It's about believing in yourself, even when no one else does. So how do we build resilience? We build it by facing our challenges, by learning from our failures, by embracing change, and by never giving up. We build it by understanding that hard times are temporary, and that every storm will eventually pass. Remember, no matter the hardship, resilience is key. As we wrap up our video, let's reflect on the lessons we've learned from these inspiring stories. From James, we've seen that even when life seems to be at its lowest, there's always a spark of hope that can ignite our determination to rise again. Emily taught us that it's okay to ask for help when our burdens become too heavy. There is strength in vulnerability, and it's through this shared sense of humanity that we find solace and support. Sam and Lisa's story was a testament to the power of shared dreams and mutual support. They showed us that even when we're facing the harshest of storms, we can weather them together. They've shown us that the power of unity and resilience can transform the most daunting challenges into opportunities for growth. The overarching theme we've explored today is resilience, the power to bounce back, the courage to face adversity, and the determination to keep moving forward. It's this resilience that defines us, and it's this resilience that will guide us through the hard times. If these stories have touched your heart, if they've inspired you to look at your challenges in a new light, then join our community. If you found these stories inspiring, don't forget to subscribe to Online with Teresa. And I'd love to hear your thoughts, so please leave a comment below. Remember, our strength lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall.